Okay, good evening. Here is another edition of the nightly nightly wrap up of the markets. I hope everyone is well. It's a Tuesday. Unfortunately, I couldn't get to do any yesterday, and we've all got things to do with our lives, aren't we? But anyway, so today is another day. It's a Tuesday, the 18th of November. And I hope everyone is doing well. Okay, so first thing first is how did the markets behave today at your end? I mean, I think we'll see these things differently. It depends on what time frame you are looking at. But first and foremost, as usual, I'm going to share what I am looking at, what I looked at today, and of course, see what or how it played out today. There's never ever a boring day of the markets. No matter how you see it, how you see, but there's never a boring day at the market. So, oopsie. Let's start have another go. Okay. There you go. So here we are. Now, what are we saying again? So as we are saying, the market hasn't relented or has actually calmed down a bit after a few days. Come on, TradingView. And yeah, we can see there the trend line, which has been elongated. Initially, people were laughing, oh, the bulls keeps stretching their trend lines. And guess what happened today? The last week, the bulls have flipped and they've gone beyond or below. So I think one thing, first and foremost, is I actually thought I should start slapping on the EMAs actually for the sake of people really who do not know how to trade technical. And I think I'm going to slap on the EMAs today so we can see how the charts are behaving because most times I trade price action. One thing I said last week was focus on the charts. Do not panic. Stay away from the news. Stay away from all sort of narrative. There's always going to be a narrative as to whatever something or why something is happening. So if you understand what you are doing, just stick with the charts, and the charts will tell you everything you need to know. So let's see. I was going to share my screen earlier. Okay. So, and this is what we have. So right now, I think initially I was drawing a line in the sand right here, 620 something. There you go, 624, and now 637. But right now, currently, we are at 595. Wow. Who would have thought the market will come down? This is the almighty market. Look, is it Trump market? No matter what happens, it's going to keep pushing it back up. Look, you can control the narratives all you want, but when the bears say they want something and they do not stop, they do not relent, they will get what they want, really. And that's what we have right there. Okay, so that's it right there. What do we have? I think, it's actually a controlled selling if you look at it. And of course, you can see the EMAs right now. I mean, if you we're still very much in correction territory. Let's not get it wrong. Depends on what time frame you're looking at, but I'm looking at the time frame right here, and the way it looks like is, look, tomorrow is a key day. Okay, once it crosses like that, then we're probably going to start screaming trouble. But for now, I think, I mean, very short notice. It depends on what time frame you're trading again. But right now, it still looks like the markets is still. I mean, overall, if you're going to look at how low or how bad have we falling from all-time highs, from the highs, really, it's still very much, oh, wow. It's okay. So people are saying 5%, but I could say 7%, it's 7.5%. And that is actually literally taking, wow, 3 weeks to drop 7%. So, but the market's still very much up for the entire year in its entirety. If you're going to look at it from, that was April lows actually. So if you look at January, we are obsessed with there's an obsession with the market, isn't it? Keeps, pushing up and pushing up. So I'm just trying to see how far we've gone. What Last September, October, November. December, January. There you go. So it's around, oh, okay. Yeah, it's around there. Okay. And if I'm going to move it right there, there you go. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to be a lot more precise. I'm trying to introduce a precision to this thing. There you go. Fantastic. Yep, I think that will do from that point all the way to, well, to where we are right now. We're still very much up. Wow, we're still very much up 15%. And I think, look, 15% to the year, S&P did not disappoint at all. And this is still amazing. So yeah, anyway, it kind of feels like, I mean, I call it one of the most boring set sell-offs in the year because it's just so boring, it's slow. And you got to think, is there a note here? Look, Michael Berry, he talked about selling his positions, sorry, shorting Nvidia. Um, some said he went too early. And then, of course, um, what's the name? So, I forgot the name now. So is a SoftBank. They talked about this, and again, the third one is Peter Thiel. He also did so, but Nvidia is still very much up, and it kind of feels like the narratives are there. I try to avoid these things. I've seen where you haven't sold. They literally sold out everything. So. But you can see we're still very much up to the year, and the market still says, look, it's just correction territory. Yes, cross below, but it's not a big deal. Okay. Also today, guess what happened? Cloudflare, Cloudflare, Cloudflare. It's literally just unplugging everybody from the internet, from X to different banks to, I mean, it didn't really affect them much. And people were like, well, are we having a different moment similar to whatever happened 2 years ago? I can't remember now, but where everyone's internet was just unplugged or the airport was unplugged. Um, anyway, it skipped me. But yeah, so and of course, a lot of people were talking about Michael Saylor, Mr. Really, strategy was actually very bullish today. I think it was. It gave some of it back, but yeah, it's at dangerous zone. I mean, it has actually sold off a lot. We can see the double top right there, action, and right here it says stay away. So that's that one. I was talking about core weave as well. So this is some of the momentum I'm talking about here. I was looking at CoreWeave. I think my buy point was about 75 buy point, and you can see right there, it's just collapsed heavily again. Still very much new. I think it's a company with a lot of potentials, but this was a day trade earlier today. But again, we're just thinking if this does not hold, then we're looking at it going a bit lower, around 65. We'll see how it goes again, but this is just something we monitor daily just to see how this is playing out. But the market still, I think it had a bit of juice today. But it's not totally on. It's there's a bit of a reprieve, but we're not out of the wood yet. And look, I talked about this NNNOX. I don't know if it's didn't even care what it was today. I think it's got to be the earnings. There you go. Um, Oh, it's in anticipation of the earnings in 2 days. Yeah, because we could see that was a massive, massive 17% run it made today. Also, I mean, it's still very much below. And I was looking at the magic number for VIX, which I was calling out in the group today. I think I'm looking at 30 as the magic number. What happened here? And someone said, oh, VIX is about, he gave 25. It didn't exactly surrender. He didn't give it up yet, but we'll see how it goes. So VIX is still very much, bullish right now. But look at that. VIX all year, the past 1 year, VIX has been, I mean, it's still up. It's not an investment asset, but 49% VIX. Wow, that is amazing. Stunning performance. So stunning performance here with the VIX. I was shorting the queues and I came out. I know it still kind of looks a bit bullish, but what I see is the queues is struggling to get a lift here, and I just feel like I could see a lot of labor. So I decided to come out and probably will enter in again. It's just something for me that I enter based on I do it for it's a positioning for me anyway. It's a positioning trade. So yeah, so that's something I did again. Um, I mean, people are asking is if this is a bear market or it's the softest and most telegraphed bear market in history. It just feels so slow, so controlled. Things are not exactly as bad. I mean, I think we got spoiled in 2025, to be honest, by the presidents. The things have been really, really great all year until now. Also, the ADP, private payroll, fell. It was about 2,500 weeks in 4 weeks to November. So there's not much jobs being added. So again, also I think this HD Home Depot, which that kind of signifies something. And what does it signify? It signifies, I don't know, but it looks like, does it mean like we're going to have a recession? Look at that. This is one of the significations of things. And this earnings was poor. I didn't get into the full detail, but look at that. It had a huge sell-off, 6% down. So that's another one, which is bad. You know, so Home Depot's had a sell-off 6%. So we're not totally out of the woods. The economy is weakening. And yes, we know the president wants a rate cut, but like I said, for you to get a rate cut, maybe things have to be really bad. Look, it looks like the market's being very disconnected from the real economics and wealth divergence is real. Um, and that's something, I keep playing 1929 in my head. Do we have a bubble? I believe we do have some form of bubble in AI. Again, we're still just about 5, 6, 7% from the highs. So technically, we're not in a bear market, but looking at the big picture, but there's still valuable companies. There's still quite a lot of great companies which we can buy because bubbles would. But the problem or the unfortunate thing is bubbles will drag down the market, and it will drag down even great companies as well, which is a shame, really, and that's what we are facing right now. So we'll see how it goes. I think the entire market is looking up to Nvidia. I think that is tomorrow. Just looking at my screen here. Yeah, the entire market is even Pinduoduo as well today. Actually, yeah, that's something as well. PDD. So PDD is. Let's have a look. Wow, that's it. Yeah, this it's quite strange, really. I can't really bet on this Chinese giants. They're just not consistent enough. I saw a video when they compare China to the US about a few years ago, and it just looks like China is lagging. They kind of just easily give up their gains. So that is something I can't put my money on, to be honest. But again, tomorrow we've got Nvidia. We've got TJX, we've got PanW, oh, we've got Target as well. Okay, these are mega indicators of tomorrow. We've got SQM, but there's something here as well. Speaking of um, liquidation, there's something I saw here. This was in a newsletter. It wasn't by me or anything. But look at that. If you look at crypto, the way it's been playing, this is year to date. They've all erased their gains. 3 months, 1 month, and the month to get to today. But if you notice something, in the last 1 month or the last 3 months was when everything, okay, yeah, everything was down this month, or sorry, this week. Last 1 month, apart from Litecoin, who had a 2%, but everything has been terrible. Okay. And somebody said to me, what happened to the 4 year cycle of Bitcoin? Look, I don't go with any narrative. You trade what is in front of you, not what you want to see. Okay. But again, we're just going to look at Nvidia tomorrow. Look, is this going to save the market? If it's going to save the market, I think it's going to be a temporary measure, except the bulls have taken over and they're back in force. But until then, Nvidia is at a setup whereby it looks like it's either going to go up or down. I mean, I'm not telling you anything right here, but it's a great support. But we'll see how it plays tomorrow anyway, okay? But until then, guys, trade aware and stay safe and have a good night. I'll see you.